Lakers right now. Why? Because they're playing as good as basketball as anyone in the league. It's our game of the night against the Rockets. Second time they've played Houston this week. They beat them Monday, 100-92. And it was kind of a fountain of youth game, Danny Green, for LeBron.
Yeah, I think he had like 6 dunks, 4 in the first half, but just going way upstairs to the attic to catch that one, bring it way back.
Lakers up 9. 9 minutes left in the half. Lakers up 43-32.
Take off.
I mean, insane. 18 points, 8 of 8 from the field in the first half. Tied for the most field goals without a miss and a half in his career. Fast forward now, third quarter. KD and the Rockets. You know they've got it in them. Here he slashes down the middle. Rockets take a 1-point lead. Under 5 to go in the third. Durant again. Bucket and foul. Rockets up 4 after the made free throw. Just over 7 minutes to go. Rockets trail by 2. KD was huge down the stretch, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, he figured out that double team somewhat, tried to attack quickly, saw Ayton one-on-one, got the 3 ball off with a lot of time.
But again, keying this game and really the 7-game win streak, Doncic and LeBron. He takes a huge hit there. He'd be okay, gets up, hits the free throw to tie the game. But don't think there's anything to worry about with LeBron on that play. But at the end of the day, Rockets down 2. Durant, they tie it at 107.
Yeah, but then after this, it was all Luka. Luka had his magic going. He was picking apart the defense one-on-one, picking apart their double teams. He goes a step back.
This was crazy.
Mike Green on the call yelling. If it was the playoffs, it would have been a double bang situation when he had that clutch 3 at the end.
All it takes is a little bit of belief from these two with a little added help, and Luka would hit the dagger shortly after. Take a listen.
James back to Doncic on the drive. Pulls back, 3-pointer. Bang! Luka Doncic nails the 3. Timeout Rockets. Luka Magic is alive.
Mike Breen on the call. 40 points, 10 assists for Doncic. Lakers win their 7th in a row, 124-116. Luka averaging over 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per game with 3 40-point games during this 7-game streak. I mean, he has found it. He is having fun. Meanwhile, LeBron put up one of his most efficient games of his career last night, scoring 30 points on 90% shooting, or 13 of 14 for the field. His first Laker 30-point on 90% shooting game in the Lakers uniform since Shaq in 2003. So when you break this all down, Shams, what was your biggest takeaway from the performance we saw last night?
To me, that there's no better time to be peaking if you're LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves. And for the Lakers, the hierarchy and finding the cohesion around these 3, that's been the biggest key for them all season. There have been ebbs and flows with all that, but to me, the 1 week that LeBron missed, March 5th to March 12th, allowed him to sit back and observe this team. And coaches saw a renewed LeBron James when he got back to that group, because he got to see how Luka and Reeves are meshing. And then from there, come in and be himself. And that means playing whatever role. If it takes him diving head first, he'll do that. If it's cutting, slashing, playing in the dunker spot, or like last night, 13 of 14 from the field, stuff that we've never seen him do before. He's doing at the age of 41. Year 23, he has the self-awareness of any player that you would need under these circumstances, and he's able to do anything he still wants to put his mind to.
Look, we're not naive to the conversation. We know this is getting a lot because it's a 7-game winning streak, but also because it's the Lakers, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic. So it packages itself for a good talking point for everyone. But there's got to be a separate conversation with it. Is it just a good story and for us to debate, or are they legitimate contenders out west?
As of right now, it's a good story.
Yeah.
To beat OKC and the San Antonio Spurs, they need a lot more defense. They are trending in a really good direction defensively. They're active. They're throwing traps out. And, Bron looks youthful. Luka's scoring at a high clip, shooting from 3 even better. But those other 2 teams are juggernauts, and they're just head and shoulders above everybody. And that's no slight to the Lakers because they've been playing great. But those 2 teams are so good, it's hard for anybody to catch them.
And we talk about it all the time. It's like, again, LeBron, Luka, easy. But they need more than just LeBron and Luka to go on a playoff run. Who might that be?
I mean, it's going to take a combination of Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura. Those other guys are going to be X factors for them. Obviously, we want to see Austin Reeves continue his scoring in the playoffs because he's still a young player, hasn't shown that in the past. So if he can score and they can outscore teams, it'll give them help. But they need those guys to give defensive effort and then offensively knock down shots. And Marcus Smart can be a pick and pop guy. Rui Hachimura knock down corner threes. they'll have a real shot then if those things come to life.
Have they constructed a roster, do you think, good enough? Like we're talking about, if those guys are off, LeBron or Luka, there's enough players to step up to carry them in the postseason?
The Lakers were fortunate that Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton fell in their laps in the buyout market in the offseason. Otherwise, they really didn't have many methods to get this team better. But we have to give Marcus Smart a lot of credit. He's looked like Boston Marcus Smart the last couple months of this season, like the energy that he's played with. He's a veteran leader, and internally they view him as like the DeAndre Ayton whisperer, the guy that can really get to him and be a good voice with him and really get on him. And DeAndre Ayton is a player that they've seen come on the last week or so. DeAndre Ayton, when he plays the role that they obviously want him to play, we've seen a lot of success from him as a lob threat. But it starts with them finding their hierarchy. And then as role players, like Danny Green's 2020 team was full of guys: Kyle Kuzma, Danny, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So let's see if maybe this group can find that type of surge.
And right now they're sitting the 3 seed out west. Of course, Oklahoma City's up at the top. Then you got a young San Antonio Spurs team that's also peaking at the right time. Any other year, maybe we're having a different conversation with the Lakers. And who knows, maybe they surprise all of us. But those two teams ahead of them, you could argue if you put San Antonio out east, you could see both of those teams.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just a victim of circumstance for the Lakers this year.
Yeah, it is. The West is deeper. The West is tougher. And the only thing that they have the experience. So they have that on their side. And you never know in the playoffs what's going to happen. That's why sports is fun. It's so unpredictable. If they are the healthier team, they have a shot. Those other teams are just very deep defensively, and they're juggernaut and rebounding. So like if DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes and other guys can help do that, because we got the 3-headed monster that can score, they'll give themselves a shot.
By the way, that 41-year-old, if he finds it during the stretch of the postseason, I mean, all bets are off with this team, especially with Luka in his prime, certainly.
In the arc, 6 dunks, okay? LeBron in March, 7 games played. The team's record, 6-1.
Ooh.
15 field goal attempts or less in every game in March. 34 minutes or less in every game but one that was an overtime win against Denver. The Lakers are the 3 seed. They're a game and a half up on Minnesota. They keep pushing Houston down by beating them, which is a good thing because I think that's the team you want to see in the first round. David Dennis Jr., I blurred out all of these numbers. That tells you what about the Lakers and LeBron right now?
They just keep winning in part because they have been consistent. That's just what it is. Like, part of what's happening is the rest of the Western Conference is falling apart, and the Lakers are just, in a good stride right now. The Rockets are an absolute mess. It was painful to watch them play these last 2 games, especially. Anthony Edwards is hurt. The Nuggets just lost to the Grizzlies last night. The West is sort of a struggle in that murky 4 through 6 area, and the Lakers are playing better right now. Now, my ceiling for them was being out in the first round. I think they can make it to the second round. That's probably the highest ceiling that I'm going to give them right now. But they're kind of doing a lot of the right things. Like, Luka is playing out of his mind. They have figured out that if they put LeBron more in that dunker spot to be more of the Super Saiyan Draymond, which I've been saying at the beginning of the season, I think that makes the most sense for them. Now, defensively, I still have a lot of concerns for them. I still have a lot of concerns about once they're playing every 48 hours come playoff time and some of those matchups. But the Lakers' ceiling has been raised from what I thought it was a couple of weeks ago, which is at least a good thing for them.
And is the ceiling raised because of LeBron's adjusted role? Because of what he is doing to help this Lakers team reach their maximum? I mean, we're seeing a different version of him and therefore a different version of the team, which is resulting in success. It's resulting in wins and wins over some quality teams.
Yeah, I mean, a part of it is LeBron James needing to be everything else than what LeBron James has usually been, which is he needs to be the 3rd best player on a team. He needs to be a guy that disrupts defenses, that picks off weak side passes, that gets out in fast break, in transition. Because for all LeBron James' weaknesses at the age of 41, which he is well inclined to have them, he can still get downhill as well as anybody else. And offensively, when he is catching those alley-oops, when he's in that dunker spot, when he is getting backdoor passes, when he's just a disruptive force on offense and defense and not in control of the ball, that is a significant advantage for this Lakers team.
Let's just define dunker spot for people that may hear that and may not be familiar with that. Basically, that's low block, right? Yep. So he's on the low block. And the reason, David, I want to define that for people is when people think about LeBron James's career, they think about, he's always compared to Michael.
Yeah.
The comparison game-wise is more Magic than it is Michael, right? And he's playing kind of a point forward at time with the ability to score. He's the leading scorer in the history of the sport. But what the Lakers are having him do, in some ways, is way more similar to what Miami had him do than Cleveland or the Lakers previously, which is treat him like a power forward. Mm-hmm. Treat him like someone that is as strong as he is. He is unbreakable in terms of his strength, right? 6'8", 250, 240, whatever he is, chiseled beyond belief, and using that power and that ability to dunk, and he's not the greatest three-point shooter in the world, and they have someone at this point in his career that's better at that point forward than he is, which is Luka. So I think JJ Redick deserves a lot of credit here, because whether this was by design or by default or however it happened, they got him to the place that I think, David, is where he's played his best basketball. When he plays more big than he does small. I believe, and I'm biased, I'm a Heat fan, but I think the numbers back me up. The best years of his career were in Miami, like in terms of his basketball. Just basketball. Maybe not his happiness, maybe not the overall success that he had in Cleveland with the second go-around. But I truly believe they have him playing the right position now, and he's playing defense.
Yeah, he is playing defense. He is sort of being, like I said, being disruptive. Like last night, what's kind of sealed the game, one of the things they sealed the game was Luka breaking through some really terrible double teams and just getting the ball, alley-ooping the ball to LeBron James. Or, if LeBron James is going to cut to the basket, there is another guy open for three, whether it is Austin Reeves or somebody. Like, LeBron James is still a guy that is going to demand attention. He's going to demand you keep an eye on him. And to have that as your third guy when Austin Reeves can also still penetrate and get to the basket, when Luka can put up 40, basically a 40-point triple-double, that's formidable for these three guys. Like, offensively, you're going to have to keep up with this Lakers team regardless of what they do defensively. They're going to put pressure on you offensively throughout the entirety of the game, which is going to tire a lot of these defenses out.
Coming up,